Hello, I'm Dr. Russell Dawn, President of Concordia University Chicago. Thank you for tuning in to today's Cougar Athletics broadcast. We take great pride in the strength of both our athletic and academic programs, which are rooted in our steadfast commitment to Jesus Christ. Dedicated to the liberal arts as a foundation of a high-quality college degree, we believe education should form individuals for service to their neighbors. This makes Concordia Chicago an exciting and fulfilling place to study, work, learn, and grow. Learn more today by visiting cuchicago.edu. Thank you, and go Cougars!
We welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to what is a cloudy day here in River Forest as we get set for the NACC Women's Lacrosse Conference Tournament semifinals between the Edgewood Eagles and the Concordia Chicago Cougars. Alongside starting netminder for the men's lacrosse team here today, Peter Barkowski. My name is Rafael Gonzalez, and Peter, we're set for an exciting matchup between both of these two teams.
Rafael, we had a sneak preview at this matchup just about a week and a half ago. Edgewood came to this very same Cougar Stadium to play the Cougars on CUC Senior Day. CUC ended up taking that game 13-3. Elizabeth Cyrus and Riley Ornstein both had hat tricks for the Cougars. Meanwhile, Nia Neyes, Emily Cyrus, and Grace Miller all had multi-goal games as well. Ryan McGee, 6 saves on 9 shots. Is all around a great game for the Cougars. They remain 2-0 all-time against Edgewood. Hope to make that 3-0 today and book their way to a NACC Conference final appearance as they did last year.
Indeed, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Concordia, Wisconsin, and Aurora on Saturday. For now, though, Cougars need to get this done and get the win. Get set Cougars in the all-white, Edgewood in the maroon. And we're off running in Edgewood on the first possession of the game. Sky has it right now. Edgewood right now, their third year of his existence in the program after the first 2 years, only won 1 game this year, achieved 7 in their first ever conference tournament appearance.
So it looks like Cougars going man-to-man defense to start out. Edgewood's going to have to use their quickness and agility to try and get past this tough Cougars defense.
Not only that, they'll need to start quickly here. So far this year, they've been outscored in the first 83-23, and compared to the Cougars, they've outscored opponents 39-25, including they were up 5-0 in the first when these two faced off over a week and a half ago.
It's a nice interception there by Brulette, freshman for the Cougars. She read that pass perfectly. Edgewood didn't really look to have any attacking motions going on, doing a lot of passing. Cougars smart to eventually try and pick that one off.
Well, they're picked up there by Cyrus. The Cyrus right there, number 7. Second all conference in points of 45. Came in today with 42 goals. Ornstein gives it off there to Emily Cyrus, number 20.
Interested to see what defense Edgewood sets up here in. This is a very lethal Cougars offense. They're ranked 2nd in goals for on average with 10.38. Edgewood's got a tall task ahead of them stopping this Cougars O.
There's an Edgewood team that has allowed 13 goals per game. There's a near opportunity right there. Ornstein picks it back up, however. Cyrus.
Ornstein's going to be a key player today for the Cougars. All attention's probably going to be on Elizabeth Cyrus, leading scorer for CUC. Ornstein might have to pick up some of that slack if Edgewood decides to key on Cyrus defensively.
Possession will go over now to Edgewood. Edgewood led this year by number 6, Kendra Sanderford, 24 goals and 10 assists on the year, as well as Natalie Scaife, 28, and Samantha Verlander, 24, the 3 leading goal scorers for the team. Now because Edgewood now in the offensive attack. And on goal now. Gives it off right there. Tegan attack.
Edgewood doesn't look like they have a lot of movement going on through the middle. We see some cutters here and there, but they're going to have to get a couple bodies in motion. So just one person cutting through the crease at a time is pretty easy for a defense to stop. They got to start causing some chaos.
Currently having it right now. Verlander. Shot went through several bodies right there. Still picked up, it appears, in a moment from Edgewood. Now picked up there. Played by Cyrus on the far side.
So they're still waiting for their first good scoring chance, but credit this Edgewood team. They're controlling the possession when they're in the offensive zone. That's going to be key. I often say best defense is just to keep the ball out of the other team's hands. They're able to hold on to that ball offensively. Cougars are going to have a hard time putting points up on the board.
Cougars second time in the offensive zone now for them. Palermo. Stop there to Nays. Give it a little give and go. Or you're trying to cut across to the middle. Can't do so. Now she does. Met there by 2 Eagle defenders, however. Whistle as she was trying to evade past the Edgewood defender.
So a smart move by Edgewood there to double up on Ornstein. She's going to get a free shot here. Ornstein's specialty is really her speed and cutting ability. Edgewood's going to have a tough task trying to stop that all game.
Going opportunity here for the Cougars to take a 1-0 lead. Saved there by Voto on the shot from Ornstein. And it goes in. Trickles into the net, and the Cougars are off to a 1-0 lead.
The Cougars might have caught a nice lucky bounce there. Great save by Vogt on the shot from Ornstein. That's not an easy save to make, going 5-hole on her. And then somehow someone, I think they're going to give it to Elizabeth Cyrus. She's the one who dropped the sticks, able to punch that one in. Unfortunate goal for Edgewood. See how they can rebound after giving up the early lead.
Cougars up 1-0 here. They're going to give the goal to Ornstein. Will be here 33rd now on the year. I mentioned Peter how she scored a multi-goal game against Edgewood earlier in the month, and now she's doing it again.
As I mentioned, Ornstein, probably the second offensive option on this team behind Liz Cyrus. You just said it there, 33 goals on the year. She's got great cutting ability, great speed, good stick handles, everything you want from an attacking player. Her and Cyrus really make up a great duo for this Cougars team on the offensive side of the ball.
Cougars have possession again now. Opportunity to extend that lead now. Miller. He's off there to Ornstein. Defended there that time by Fruit.
So it looks like the Cougars might be trying to get that ISO option with Ornstein open a lot. She's got number 11, Mackenzie Fruit, on her.
Cyrus trying to cut in, can't do so. Liz picks up to her sister. Cyrus connection there, backfires, and now Edgewood now with possession now looking to go into the midfield now.
So there's a nice knockdown. I believe that's Fruit carrying the ball right now. I can exactly see the back of her jersey. Excuse me, it's number 21, Samantha Villander. Great knockdown there, great scoop up, good transition move too. Edgewood's got to play a pretty perfect game defensively. They want to take down this Cougars offense, and then that transition's also going to be key to try and catch this Cougars D off balance.
So far defensively for Edgewood, outside that small little error right there, they've done a good job to this point. Currently has it right now. Turnover there caused there by Brulette. Picked up there for the Cougars. Good job defensively against Unitan.
You can already see the impact Brulette, the freshman, as this one's going to roll out of bounds, has on this Cougars team coming into today. Brulette, number 17, 21 GBs, 15 caused turnovers. Having herself a nice freshman campaign on the defensive end of things for CUC.
Indeed, she has been a good anchor for this defense. Behind the net now. Here's the Sunderfoot. Well done there defensively by Ornstein.
So it looks like Edgewood's game plan is to try and work it in as close as they can, then get a little dump to the front of the crease for a quick stick into the goal, but they're not getting those passes on target. They're really going to have to pick up those tape-to-tape passes if they want to start connecting on these.
So far, both teams evenly out so far in this one. Cyrus. Moves now across the middle. Being guarded well right there by Scaife. An opportunity here for Cyrus. Save there, it appeared by Vogue. This ball still on the ground. Picked up there again by the Cougars. Another opportunity potentially.
See another good save by Vogt. Went 5-hole. Tried to go 5-hole again. She seems to have that spot on lockdown right now. Cougars might need to switch up their spots on her if they're going to try and get one past her.
There comes Unitan. Sophomore lost it. Johnson tried to pick it up, couldn't do so. Unitan still fighting for it in the midfield. And it whistles and she pushes down. It appeared Parker on the ground. Presser now. Moves it off right there. The drink wine. Edgewood did a pretty good job this year in conference, playing away from home. Had a 2-1 record them on the year. As for the Cougars, they were perfect on the year at home in conference.
Again, Edgewood scouting out the middle of the crease from that low spot on GLE to try and get something here.
An opportunity right there for Edgewood. The first real good chance of the game right there. So it's slightly wide right there. Now here comes the Cougars now. Running up ahead now in the midfield again. Parker now. Gives it off there to Miller. Miller with space now. Now Miller behind the net. Nays now will patrol behind the net.
I like the Cougars' strategy when they enter the zone. They really slow things down, give that defense some time to breathe, collect their breath, especially after some strong play so far in this first quarter. And now shot clock's down about 50. They'll get to work.
Orange to cut ahead. A whistle again. Appears to be another free possession opportunity here for Ornstein. Didn't cover on the first one. Can you do so that time? No, save that time by Vote again.
I like the shot selection from Ornstein. Try and bounce that one past Vote, who's been pretty perfect on, has been perfect on just pure shots. Just got to bounce that one a little closer to her feet to try and get in the top of the net. Bounce that one too soon off the turf. That's why I went over.
Cutting inside, the second goal the Cougars is made. This time by Liz Cyrus. First second goal of the day for the Cougars and her 43rd on the year. Cougars 2, Eagles 0.
Good cut by Cyrus. Not much to say on that one. Just a good individual effort there. A little above GLE. Cut under her defender and then right across the crease. Pretty much how they always draw it up in those scenarios. Cougars seem to have most success on this defense when they're doing some ISO work, trying to just pure dodge on these Edgewood defenders. I don't think Edgewood has many answers for the Cougars Dodgers. I think that they can attack those ISO options a little more. They should have some more open looks to the net.
So for Cyrus, it's her 43rd goal on the year, which is now a career high for her in the season, and the assist will be given that time to Miller. Just like that, Edgewood had done a good job with the majority of the first quarter keeping in close with the Cougars, and now down 2-0, not the start they wanted.
And if Edgewood can come out of this quarter only down 2 or even 3 maybe, I think that's a job well done, being able to keep that close against this Cougars team. See Ornstein really showing off her speed here.
Ornstein near the crease, met there by 3 Eagles defenders right there in the whistle. She falls down and immediately gets back up.
I mentioned a bit ago, it seems to be the game plan for Ornstein is just mob her with 2 or 3 defenders when she cuts to the middle. They usually leave someone open. If she can get that pass going, she'd have a couple open looks.
Their looks are chiming here for Ornstein potentially. Yes, it is. Ornstein makes it now 3 for the Cougars.
See an emphatic throwdown of her stick after the goal, after she was denied on the first free possession, and she missed the second one, bounced it a little too high. Finally able to get one. Edgewood, they're playing physical on her. They're playing physical on pretty much every Cougar. So I got to believe it feels good for the junior to get that one off her chest.
So for Ornstein, her second goal of the game, her 34th now on the year. .435 left in the first. Cougars up 3-0 here in this conference semifinal. And possession remains again with the Cougars now.
Nice clean draw control there from the Cougars. Haven't seen it much today. They can get that part of their game going. They can just keep piling it on this Eagle squad.
And position will change over now to the Eagles.
So Emily Cyrus taking that draw. 84 draw controls coming into today. She's already got a couple here. Yeah, and her dominant play can really just add on to this Cougars.
But Miller had an opportunity right there. Another save there. Right, well, Cougars still have it out behind the net.
So we got a second reset the shot clock. Vogt's been playing very well so far for the Eagles. The 3 goals the Cougars have scored so far, none of which have really been her fault. She keeps up this strong play. She can keep her team in it, but they got to start giving her some support at some point or another.
Without a doubt. He tried to spin back in. Tries to leave it off right there. Cyrus and a whistle. Ornstein will have another go at it. To make it a hat trick here in the first. And Vogt once again stops Ornstein from scoring on a free possession.
So having a hot goalie in net can really turn the tide of things for your team. Vogt's definitely hot right now. Again, you can't win games scoring 0 goals. Her offense has got to give her something coming up here.
Let alone scoring, let alone just move it out into the midfield. And now they finally do it for a second. Picked up there by Lundgren. Still trying to control it. Now leaves it off right there. And now picked up there on a turnover there from the Eagles. Now Johnson's going to try to get it out of the zone. And Cruz will now have it. It appears for a moment. Never mind. 2 minutes left here in the first.
So there goes Edgewood again, setting up to the right of McGee and net below GLE. Seems to be their look. They got to start changing up, though, because it just has not been working for them. They're still looking for their first goal. A minute and a half left in the quarter.
One has to wonder and think, though, for Edgewood, if they don't score here in the first, the task will slowly become insurmountable as the game further progresses. Lander moves off there, the Sanderfoot. And a good save there on McGee.
So they've been waiting for a chance to talk about McGee all day. We talk about how good this Cougars defense is, but one of their best components is really the last line of defense. That's Ryan McGee, all NACC first team last year, currently first in the NACC in save percentage. One of the strongest players in net in the conference.
She came in today second in the conference in goals against, a little under 7.7.
So it's a tough enough task to beat the defenders out there for CUC, but then have to get one past the very, very good goalie. Makes scoring an even harder task for Edgewood.
Well, they're picked up there for Edgewood.
It's a nice stick there by Ornstein, giving the Cougars another possession back. They're really winning the possession battle now.
Cyrus now has to backpedal retreat. Gives it off there to Nays. Nays fires it, however, denied again by Vogt.
I think Nays really wants that one back. Fired it right into Vogt's stick. A little better placement on that one. Probably would have scored a goal as we hit the end of the first quarter here.
3-0 in favor of Concordia. We'll be back for the start of the second. Back here to start the second here on the Cougar Sports Network. The Cougars right now up 3-0 against Edgewood here in the semifinals of the conference tournament. We'd say here for the start of the second. So far, the opening 5 minutes of the game, the Cougars start off a bit slowly, but since then they have firmly taken control of the game.
Well, I mentioned it briefly. Edgewood able to escape the first, only down 3. If I'm Edgewood's head coach, Sabrina Belke, I'm happy with that. 3 goals is nothing to come back from in Lacrosse. But as I've been saying, their offense has got to get something cooking here as they're still looking for point number 1 of the day.
The offense has averaged 8 goals a game this year. And now or never now, in the next 15 minutes could decide the fate of their season, depending how the second quarter goes. Off and running. And a save there by McGee is an early opportunity right there for the Eagles.
So, I wish, I'm not sure who that shot was from. I say get that in a second. It was Kendra Sanderfoot. There we go. Wish she pulled the trigger on that a little bit quicker. She had prime scoring position. Nice pass right to her stick. She was locked and loaded. Said she kind of pulls back for a second, gives McGee a chance to set up, get her eyes on the ball. She pulls the trigger on that just a little quicker. Could have been the first goal of the day for the Eagles.
So far, the Cougars defense has kept the big three of Edgewood, Sanderfoot, Skype, and Verlander so far scoreless. Now Miller now at the near side. Back to Ornstein. She continuing to try to get it near the net. Has to lay it off though. Cyrus in a spin move attempt by her. Doesn't work, and Vogue now has it.
So I like the idea from Ornstein. She drew, I believe that was 3 Eagles to her on the triple team. Then she quickly moved it out to Emily Cyrus. She was not able to convert on that one. But when you get triple teamed or double teamed, that's really what you got to do is you got to find that open person, give them the ball, and then let them do what they do best.
Ornstein's presence so far in offensive zone for the Cougars has been big so far. Now here comes Edgewood now. Unitan. The sophomore right now has it. Try to dump it off right there to Scave. And defensively now for the Cougars, they look to move it out.
Edgewood.
Ornstein lost it.
So Edgewood's got to be a bit more careful with the ball. Turnovers are tied 9-9, but Edgewood seems to make those turnovers when they're in a good spot right by the net, and it's just a costly errant pass. They clean those up. They're going to get more scoring options like we saw at the very start of this quarter with Sanderfoot, who was right in front of the net.
Now controlled by Verlander. Double team right there, and then whistles again.
Good scoring opportunity here for Verlander. See if she can give the Eagles their first point of the board. They can come out in the second scoring first. That's big.
Can't do so that time, however. McGee there with the stop.
It's kind of a pick your poison for Eagles right now. On one hand, they want to get more shots, get more opportunities, but you know, the thing with goalies is if they see the ball more and more, they're going to get into a rhythm. Eagles, they got to find that nice balance of being select with their shots, that they're good shots, but not just piling them on for piling on sake and getting the goal into a good rhythm.
A pass right there, nearly right there into the reach of Scaife right there. She was trying to cut it across it to the crease.
So Edgewood's got some good looks in the middle with open cutters. They got to start converting on these passes, though. I've been saying it all day. They start making 1 or 2 more catches. They're going to get some good looks at goal here.
So far, they've had 5 shots compared to the Cougars' 9.
So it looks like there's a penalty on Kelly Piotrowski for the Cougars. Good opportunity here for the Eagles now. Try and get something going.
So 2 free positions here in less than a minute for the Eagles. Shot wide right there to the right.
You got to get that on net. A good scoring chance like that, you got to at least make McGee work for it. You missed the net entirely. It's just a wasted possession as the Cougars are making their way up the field now.
Mays now has it. She has Miller if she wants to, decides not to. Now we'll do the dirty work behind the net. Palermo. Back out Cyrus up top. Parker once again, Cyrus, a little give and go between them.
A nice break here for the defense after some hard work.
Cyrus, the pass right there to Miller, and Miller converts it right near the crease.
So it looks like they're going to say she's a little too close to the goalie on that one. It's an unfortunate break. That's a perfect pass from Cyrus right to Miller. Maybe a foot or so backed up. She probably would have gotten that good goal. So the Eagles catch a break here.
And now can the Eagles capitalize there on the break? Verlander. So right there, opportunity, shot right there. Look like it hit the post right there in a moment. And I picked up there by Ludwig.
And I think the Eagles can buy a goal right now. A great scoring chance there. Hits the pipe. Great defensive play there from Ludwig to break up that connection up the middle.
Ornstein now looking to get the hat trick here maybe on this possession. Bates passed two defenders, now leaves it off right there to Parker. The pass right there to Parker. Out of her reach. Possession now will go to Edgewood.
You know, credit this Edgewood defense. 3 goals to the second best offense in the conference, and you know we're about 6 minutes into the second quarter. They're doing a really good job. Probably looking at their offensive players, saying, "Hey, come on, get us some help here." Trailing 3 to this Cougars team. That's a very easy deficit to come back from. But, again, they got to get something going against this Cougars D.
And very well, they could have easily had this game all tied up at 3 if it wasn't for a few missed opportunities for them.
Well, they're about a couple inches from getting at least one with that pipe shot. Getting the looks, they just got to start converting on some passes and then some better shot placement, too.
Lander, good pass right there. To Bandigo, can control it.
Cougars defense might have to make some adjustments and shutting down that middle of the crease because Edgewood's getting some looks there now.
8.5 minutes here left in the second. Verlander. Looking for someone to potentially cut inside to the crease. Opportunity here. Saved there by McGee again. And McGee controls it again. Another great opportunity for the Eagles, and yet McGee still holding out the shutout.
The Eagles, I think they learned their lesson a little bit from their last game. 8 shots now. McGee, she's had to make 4 saves. She only had to make 6 in their first game about a week and a half ago. That's about last Saturday. Yeah, I want to make McGee work a little bit more, only giving her 9 shots to face. That's an easy day for someone like McGee.
And now pick up there for possession. They're picked up. There, Parker fakes the give right there to Ornstein. Now spins back, however, put out of bounds. Right near the boundary.
She was pretty darn close. I didn't think she went out, but referees have another point of view and make the call.
It is the 16th turnover of the day already for the Cougars so far. Compared to the Eagles, who have only 11. So far, they're beating themselves up at the moment. The far side of the field right now.
So this is what the Eagles need, is some possession. Reason they fell down in this 3-0 hole is because Cougars controlled the ball for so much of the first quarter. the Eagles can get that possession time at least to 50-50 to give themselves a better shot.
Eagles can run a goal and opportunity here to finally pull back the deficit. Get inside. McGee there at the first stop on the initial one. Still a fight for it. Possession will still remain, it appears, for the Eagles. However, McGee there, once again, keeping the shot intact.
Edgewood's shot selection getting better and better. That's probably one of the harder saves we've seen McGee make today. A bouncer right in front of her feet. She just gets a piece of it, gives up the rebound.
Now Ludwig falls down, however, still gives up the Ornstein there on a 2-on-2 now for the Cougars here. Ornstein going to cut in across the middle. An opportunity here. Capitalizes it. Hat trick for Ornstein. 4-0 Cougars.
Ornstein and her ISO ability is really what taking the Eagles down right now. I mean, she's got a hat trick. You take her out of this game, and it's a 1-0 game. Eagles did a really good job in that first quarter closing in on her, double teaming or triple teaming her even if they needed. They got to get back to those ways to slow her down because she's the main driving force behind this Cougars O right now.
So Ornstein, 35th now on a year for her, and now, just like how she had in the previous match between both of these two teams, now has a hat trick. If you're Edgewood, that has to kill you knowing that within a minute you had an opportunity to pull the deficit back on a free possession opportunity, and that converts to a counterattack in which Ornstein, no doubt about it, puts it home.
Well, I'm sure coming into today, Edgewood knew they were going to have to play some pretty flawless lacrosse to stand a chance against a very good CUC team. And they're almost there. They're getting looks. Their defense is standing strong for the most part. They just got to push it a little bit more. They're going to start clawing their way back into this one eventually if CUC doesn't pick it up themselves.
Parker now off to Miller. And a Nays. Cougars moving now from the near side all the way to the far side now. Saunders in the near post. Goes up there to Nays. Nays now off to Miller. Cutting inside now. Parker. It appeared the initial shot right there was saved by Vogt. It appeared.
Well, talk about Vogt a little bit coming into today. Rocking a 7-6 record in net. .450 save percentage. 12.67 goals against average, but she's looking really strong here today for Edgewood. She's made 6 saves on 10 shots faced. She's getting her part of the job done. Now it's up to her offense to start getting something going.
So far, she has been the star of this Eagles team at the moment. An opportunity there for Lander. Bounces wide right there.
Another good shot choice there. Trying to put the bouncer past McGee. Say high bouncers usually go, but that one just a little off the mark.
So right there, unit 10.
So not a lot of off-ball movement for the Eagles.
And they try to do it there for a moment. And now, scrum to pick it up right there.
It's a nice defensive play there by Kate Johnson. Eagles, they'll end up getting the possession back, but Johnson using all of her reach. The tallest defender out there for the Cougars to knock that one down. Give the Cougars a chance at the possession. So the Eagles are going to take it right back.
Hope we'll get us back started here. Once we do, it'll be 3.5 minutes here left for halftime. Now Underberg now will take it. Centerfoot. pass right there. The drink wine right there. She couldn't control it. Orange State now. Shot through the Miller. Looking to avenge for that goal right there. That wasn't allowed right there. She was near the crease. Cyrus now has it. Stop right here.
Might be looking at offsides on the Eagles. I believe they are.
So far, both teams tying this in the shots category, 11 all, yet the scoreline, the end is all that matters. Parker. The nays, and they're going to say Parker was out of bounds. So another turnover right there from the Cougars.
They might be up 4-0 right now, but I don't think this is the best lacrosse we've seen from the Cougars. They're lucky Edgewood isn't able to convert some of these scoring chances. There's a mistake by Edgewood.
An opportunity taken this time. Nays right there. Make it 5 now for the Cougars.
So that's really what the Cougars need to start doing that I haven't seen them do yet, is really capitalize on Edgewood mistakes. Edgewood's having some good looks all over the field. They're just making costly mistakes now and then. If the Cougars can really capitalize on those, they can run this score up, just like we saw Nays do there.
So Nays now hits double digits on the year, make it 10 for her on the year with an assist right there from Cyrus. Now it's a 5-0 lead now for the Cougars.
Say one goal might not seem like it, but getting at least one before halftime would be a huge confidence builder for Edgewood, just to know they can beat this Cougars defense in some fashion. They got about 151 to do it. That would be a huge boost to their morale if they're able to convert, though.
And they'll start with possession once again. The miscommunication right there on the pass right there to restart.
32 GBs coming into the day for Ludwig. Just a quick, pesty kind of defender who seems to be everywhere on the field, picking up GBs, capitalizing on other teams' mistakes. It's the kind of defender you really want going into playoff time.
Whistle right there. And a quick stoppage. A little over a minute here for halftime. Center foot. Bounce pass out of the reach right there. And turnover.
It's a nice spot by both Unita and that's number 13, I believe, Lily Drinkwine. Both of them in good spots to pick up that ball. If one of them does it, that would have been a good scoring chance. But like they've been doing all day, Edgewood just not capitalizing on those passes.
So far, they've been defeating themselves so far in various points of the game. Still, though, despite all of that, they have an opportunity right here to pull one back. 10. Right there initially by Johnson. And now with less than 6 seconds left here, an opportunity for the Cougars here to quickly get another one right here.
Got to get something quick.
A pass to Miller just out of the reach. And with that, it will be halftime. And head coach Fran Meyer will take the Cougars to the locker room with a 5-0 lead over the Eagles of Edgewood. So far, take a quick look at the stats. 12 shots so far for the Cougars, 11 for the Eagles, but all that matters so far is the score. Peter, right now it's 5-0. All smiles.
Well, CUC really doing the dirty work all over the field. GBs is the big number that pops out to you. 22 for the Cougars, only 6 for Edgewood. Kind of saying around Lacrosse where that ground balls win games. You pick up those ground balls, you have possession. Cougars doing that really well. Shout out to Sarah Ludwig with 5 on the day. Elizabeth Cyrus, Jessica Parker, and Kelly Piotrowski all have 3 of their own. So Cougars keep winning that battle. They should have no problem keeping the Eagles either off the board entirely or at least to a very low score.
And then so far as one for the Cougars with Brian McGee. So far, perfect shutout for her up to this point.
Well, I mentioned it when you got such a good defense in front of you, it's kind of hard to forget how good your goalie can be. I mean, McGee, one of the best in the conference this year, most likely will earn first-team honors once again. She keeps playing strong. That just adds another thing to the headache for Edgewood.
Very well. With that, we'll be back for the start of the second half here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Concordia University Chicago is a Christ-centered Lutheran university where truth, freedom, and vocation form students for lives of influence and service for the common good. Our university offers a wide variety of undergraduate and graduate degree options that are available in person and online. That means we have a program designed for you. Whether you're a high school student, an adult returning to complete your degree, or someone looking to enhance your credentials and prepare for career growth. As a member of this university community, you'll also find support in your spiritual and personal life so you can grow in the faith and discover ways to serve others. To start your next journey with us, visit cuchicago.edu today.
Back here, started the second half here of the NACC Semifinal Conference Tournament between the Edgewood Eagles and the Concordia Chicago Cougars. So here, up currently right now at the moment, 5-0. As we get set here for the third quarter.
See what adjustments each team made during halftime. Edgewood needs to get something going offensively. Cougars, meanwhile, they could probably pick it up a little themselves too. I mean, 5-0. That's still an easy deficit to come back from in the world of lacrosse. So both teams definitely have some improvements to make here.
And so far, Edgewood has outperformed so far compared to the last game when they took on the Cougars a few weeks ago.
Well, they seem to have picked up some lessons from that game. They're coming to this game. They look hungry at the very least. Cougars were most likely the big-time favorite coming into this matchup, but Edgewood's shown that they deserve to be here. They just got to start converting on some chances.
Now Cougars will start with the first offensive possession here in the second half. Days now, Piotrowski. Horn State, not much movement here to start off in the second half here for the Cougars. So now they start moving near the crease. And well read that time by the Eagles defenders.
Say Edgewood keeps up that hard defense. I don't think their defense is at fault for this deficit at all. They've been playing some spectacular game all day. And it gets more on their offense needing to hold on to the ball and start scoring some goals right now. But their defense doing a good job of at least keeping this hot Cougars offense in check.
You're right, Pierre, but to this point, that offense of Edgewood has got to get going so far. Going now has it looking to cut in. Gets met right there by Orenstein. Now has to backpedal it. And red defensively right there. Not cleared away now. Cyrus.
It's an interesting little stat to look at. The Cougars on pace for 10 goals in the game. The lowest amount of goals they've scored in a win this year is 11. So a little below their average pace when they're on the winning side of things. But again, their defense and especially McGee coming up big right now for the CUC.
Towers now stops. Now gives it off right there to her sister. Still 40 seconds left on the shot clock for the Cougars. Orange going to cut in once again. Dalso, however, was waxing with the stick right there. The ball went off of her stick.
I think I mentioned it really quickly in the first half, but you take Ornstein out of this game, it's a whole different result for the Cougars. She's doing a lot of the heavy lifting right now. She's got a chance to add on yet another goal to her total today.
Will it be 4 for Ornstein here as she jumps ahead for the whistle?
Ornstein not happy with herself there. I mean, she's having herself a good game so far with 3 goals on the day already, but she's had a couple missed opportunities too that even you can just just tell by watching her she's a very competitive person and she wishes she had those missed opportunities back.
Edgewood now looks to get out of the defensive zone. They do so. And now running up ahead now in the midfield. Now into the offensive zone with ease. And as I say it, their possession lost right there. Augustine. Winner of today's game will take on the winner of Concordia, Wisconsin, or Aurora for the conference championship. Will take place this Saturday. Edgewood are going to get something set up right here. 35 seconds left on the shot clock. Pass there with Lander. She falls down on the ground. A whistle right there. She gets pushed there by Cyrus.
Talking about a finals matchup coming up this Saturday. Right now it's looking like it'll take place at Aurora. Aurora up 23-2 on CUW with 4:44 left in the fourth quarter. So, barring a miracle, I'm assuming the championship will take place at Aurora this Saturday.
Lander now on goal and scores the first goal of the game for the Eagles. Just what the doctor needed right there for Edgewood. And now they're slowly creeping themselves back into it now. It's a 4-goal deficit at 5-1.
Nice goal there by Valander. One of the taller players out there for Edgewood at 5'9", the senior is. Able to get that ball right above McGee's stick. That might be the way to beat her, is to get close and try and put it over her. That's one of the few, I don't want to say weak spots, but maybe points of exploit of McGee's game is she just isn't the tallest player out there. So you're able to get close enough. You could probably poke a couple goals over her head, as Valander did right there.
The Minnesota native now makes it 25 on the year for her. That puts his team back to a 4-goal deficit. And Valander will pick it up again.
See, they can get some momentum here with another goal.
Valander saved there on McGee, couldn't keep it. Ludwig looks to get it out of the defensive zone. Keeps it in. However, Valander right there, using her body right there to shove Ludwig out of the way.
See, Valander might be the key to getting this game back in the Eagles' court. She's tall. She's got size on most of these Cougars defenders. She's able to work towards the net, poke a couple over McGee. That might be the best way of the Eagles to get back in this one, but you never really want to rest the game plan on just one player taking over. However, that might be what the Eagles need right now.
Scaife now dispossesses it, however, still remain in possession there by Fruit. Right there by both Petrovsky and Cyrus right there. Now lays it off right there. Tried to give it away.
It's a good double team effort there from the Cougars. Just not able to get the pick off of it. But I think their defense, we had a stoppage here. The defense might need to be a little tougher on the Eagles again. They're getting some nice looks to the net. Cougars pick up the intensity a little bit, shut those down, or else the Eagles might find their way back into this one.
A little over 9 minutes here in the third. So 5-1 right now. However, as just we mentioned earlier, less than a minute and a half ago, Edgewood has put 1 goal on the board. Thanks to a free possession shot right there from Valander.
Another goal will be huge here for the Eagles. They get 2 unanswered to start off the second half. Cut the lead down to 3. That's some good momentum for your squad. They got to get something here, though.
Talked about in the first half how they have had several opportunities, failed to convert yet on their first shot here in the second half. They capitalized, put it into a goal.
Shot clock runs out. That's what they're trying to figure out there.
Cyrus right here on a 4-on-4. You're going to pass Valander. Did so for a second, but has to backpedal. She falls on the ground right there for a moment. Gets back up. Now Edgewood now. Looking to deny the Cougars an opportunity in their own defensive zone. Now they do. Picked up there on the bounce. By Fruit. And the pass. Or the outstretch right there of Sanderfoot. Josuke now met better by triple chin right there. It appears possession still stays with the Cougars. Parker now turns on the afterburners here.
Say Parker, or like her, is kind of that X factor player for the Cougars. She can do a little bit of it all on the year. Parker, she's got 5 goals, 4 assists for a total of 9 points, but good in transition, good on defense, can pick up some GBs here and there. She's the NACC Freshman of the Year last year. Still a big part of this Cougar squad here in 2022.
Merely had her 6th goal of the year right there. Stop save there by Vogt.
You see the Cougars really taking their time now. They know Edgewood's been winning this possession battle so far here in the second half, so they want to take some of that time off the clock.
Cut in right there. Brulette unable to do anything with it, however.
So not a spot you usually see Brulette in, and she's listed as a defender. She likes to play near the net, very good at it too. She does have 4 goals on the year so far, so definitely a scoring touch to her. Cougars trying to catch Edgewood sleeping a little bit there with her on the offensive side of things.
Verlander. Gonna cut inside. She does. And right into the net of McGee again.
Well, McGee seems to have learned her lesson from Verlander's first goal when she put it up high on McGee. She's keeping her stick high whenever Verlander comes in close, and both times since that goal by Verlander, she's put it right into McGee's stick up high. She's going to start after placing those shots low to try and beat McGee again.
Ornstein. Miller. Now Parker looks to make it her 6th on the year save. Possession will still keep intact with the Cougars.
I think it just got a piece of Vogt again. She's having herself a very nice day in net. Probably wishes she had a little bit more goal support, but she's doing her job as goalie, keeping her team in it.
In their match a few weeks ago, she only had 10 saves already with 9. And a far better save percentage in this one. Cyrus makes it number 6 for her on the team. 6-1 now in favor of the Cougars.
That's just a tough angle shot from Cyrus. Did a great job putting it in that right inside that far side post. I think Vogt might have been a little confused on how that one got past her, but when you have such a talented goal scorer as you do with Elizabeth Cyrus, sometimes goals like those just happen.
The graduate senior from Chicago now puts number 44 now on the year for her. Extends the lead now back up to 5. So it appears we have a timeout on the field with 5:25 here left in the third. We'll be back. You're watching the Cougar Sports Network.
I turned us down on here.
That was Liz Cyrus, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Back from the timeout called by Edgewood. It's 6-1 in the thing for the Cougars. And for the goal by Liz Sires, her 44th on the year. Now has a pair of goals to her name today. As we are a quarter and a half away from finding out who will take on, most certainly, Aurora next Saturday afternoon. Picked up right there. Escape. Haven't mentioned her a lot today. Might have an opportunity here to go on net. Does, however, a whistle before a shot went in.
It will be a good goal.
I was about to mention beforehand, we haven't spoken much about her today, and now she puts herself on the board. A quick answer right there from Edgewood.
Well, that's exactly what they needed. They thought they had something going. They got their first goal of the day, had some good possession, some good looks at net, and then nice shot by Elizabeth Cyrus makes it 6-1 Cougars. So Edgewood able to strike back quickly, get that deficit back down to 4. So they're going to have to start stringing some goals together rather than playing back and forth with CUC if they want to get back in this one.
So Escape came into the day as leading goal scorer for the Eagles and now puts her up to 29 now on the year. Edgewood's still not out of it yet. They're keeping into this one so far. Big hit right there, right near the 45-yard mark right there. Escape gets back up immediately, however. Pass right there, shot wide right there on the attempt for Sandefur, trying to pull it back and make it 2 goals within 30 seconds of each other.
So I think McGee won that chase out. It was either her, I think that was Parker. It is Parker back, Jessica Parker, yeah, back there as well. But good way for the Cougars to take that possession away. Edgewood should have won that run out, but again, whether it was McGee or Parker they gave it to. Nice way to get the ball back and add goal number 7 on the day.
Orangey now stops, and now will reset the offense. So look to get things set in motion. Miller cut inside right there. It appeared that Parker and Vogue had no trouble getting to that one.
Parker not able to control that one. Kind of fell right out of her stick, ended up rolling to Vote, or I guess bouncing to Vote might be a better word to describe it. But Parker controls that one. Might be a goal.
Another turnover right there from Edgewood. So far, 20 turnovers so far from the Eagles, 22 for the Cougars.
Again, GB's where my eyes really drawn to, 26-9 in favor of the Cougars. It's not the prettiest stat, but it's usually the one that you can gauge to see who should be winning.
Five seconds left on the shot clock here. Orangey trying to get past 2 defenders right there. Wasn't able to do so that time. However, still possession of the Cougars. Cyrus, double team right there. That gives it off there to Emily Cyrus, number 20.
It's about 30 left on the shot clock. Cougars got to get something in motion here.
I have several players right near the crease. So trying to take it on her own. Tried to, couldn't do so that time. She falls to the ground.
That looks like an Edgewood player on the ground. Can't see her number quite yet. She's walking at an angle. She looks to be all right. She's heading off the field. So we got that stoppage right there. Should also be an Eagle possession. It's number 15 walking off the field. Nika Lundgren. She's going to take a seat on the bench for a little bit.
But launches it right there.
Nice outlet pass there. Appreciate a good goalie outlet pass.
Escape right there. We're going to add a second goal to her name today. Trying to pull that tally now up to 30 for her on the year. Two minutes left here in the third. Fruit. Trying to spin past all the way. She does. Has a shot. Denied that time once more. Well done right there again there by McGee.
So McGee able to pick that pass off. Not going to go down as a save, but just as valuable. It is a caused turnover. See if the Cougars can get this ground ball up now and get control off of it.
Cyrus controls it. Cougars could hypothetically take the shot clock all the way down to 7 seconds of the game clock, should they elect to. And avoid Edgewood here, potentially pulling another one back before the end of the third. Cyrus looking for someone now, does so this time. Ornstein. Saved it by Vogue. And she handles it here with 40 seconds left.
Save number 11 on the day for Vogt. She's having herself a great game in net. Big reason Edgewood's even in conversations to get back in this one right now.
However, things like that have killed them so far in this game in the turnover department. Opportunity here. Parker scores. Turnovers and mental errors have been the key of the game. They have caused Edgewood to be down now by 5 again. Cougars back up now 7-5. 7-2, I should say.
Great play there by Ornstein, really the initiator of that play. Big reason that Edgewood turns it over. And then eventually getting the ball over to Parker for the easy breakaway goal. And again, not much Vogt can do on that one.
So the freshman of the year last year now makes it 6 for her on the year. And with a little under 15 seconds left. That goal right there for Edgewood is not what they wanted to see. Jeske now. Lovely spin move by her now. And with that'll be the end of the third quarter of the Cougars. Now 15 minutes away from going for a second consecutive year to the NACC championship game. So far, Cougars up 7-2. We'll be back for the start of the fourth quarter here on the Cougar Sports Network. 15 minutes left here in this one, and a trip to the championship, to the conference tournament final against what will all be now officially Aurora, as they were victorious 25-3 against Concordia, Wisconsin. And these Cougars are right now 15 minutes away from a rematch of last year's conference tournament final.
The Cougars lost in that NACC championship last year to Aurora. Lost to Aurora in their final game of this season. Final score of 18-8. That one was just this past Wednesday, the 27th. So between last year's championship loss, but Cougars chomping at the bits to get back at the Spartans for once.
They'll look to take care of business here for the next 15 minutes. And if they do, they'll be on a collision course again with Aurora for the second consecutive year. We're moments away to start off here in the fourth quarter. We're off and running here in the fourth quarter of the semifinal. Can Edgewood pull back a 5-goal deficit over the Cougars for the second consecutive year go to the conference final?
Cougars are ranked second in the preseason poll in NACC play. That's where they finished after the regular season. Hoping to finish first after the postseason, but as you said, they got to take care of business here against Edgewood, who's putting up a really good fight. And it's got to get something going in the goal-scoring department to claw their way back into this one.
Edgewood pulled 2 goals in the third, however, at the same time they've allowed 2. The deficit remains still at 5 as it was at the beginning of the halftime. Ornstein shot way up and above the net. Free opportunity here for the Cougars. This time it won't be Ornstein taking it. Taking it all the way in this time. Parker, back-to-back goals for her. We get now 8 now on the day for the Cougars.
Cougars converting a bit more on those free possession shots. Vogt had their number back in the first half, especially that first quarter. Cougars really struggled to convert on those. Now they're getting a couple more goals out of them. Offense seems to be finding its groove. They can just shut things down defensively as they have all day. Should be able to hold on for the next 14-10.
Second goal of the day for Parker. She also joins both Cyrus and Ornstein with a multi-goal performance in this one.
Say goals being waved off, calling a legal stick on Parker. So one of the unique aspects of women's lacrosse compared to men's is they got to drop their sticks after a goal is scored to get them checked out. Parker's stick doesn't quite pass the test, so goal number 8 is going to be wiped off the board. Edgewood has a big opportunity here to capitalize on that.
Scarf now has it. A whistle. Edgewood in their first ever conference tournament appearance and what is only their 3rd year of the program's existence. An opportunity for Verlander and capitalizes it right there, and just like that, Edgewood, they're still in it. It's back down to a 4-goal game.
So you like that read to Verlander. She's got that height. You can easily see her and her stick from above the net, from behind the net, above the net. So they're able to feed it over the top. It's a really difficult move for a goalie to make, is from facing the X to having to spin around and stop a crease shot like that. And then credit to Verlander. She's able to put that one low corner.
And now the key for the remainder in the fourth quarter is, can Edgewood finally put together a string of goals and sort of go on a run here.
It starts here with the draw control.
Control there by Ornstein. We have a hat trick in the first half.
Say 4 goals, 13.5 minutes. It's not an easy task, but in lacrosse, it's not an especially difficult one either if you can find the right flow. That's really been the key for Edgewood, is they just have not been getting in an offensive rhythm all day. They're going to have to find one quick here. Their season's running out of time.
The last thing they want right now is for the Cougars to have possession, particularly in their defensive zone, and just let them run the clock out throughout the entire fourth quarter.
And if you're the Cougars, you might, not a bad idea to try and run some clock, but you want to keep your foot on the pedal, keep piling it up, give your defense even more insurance, because some defenses react differently when they're really under the pressure of a couple-goal game. So just give your defense plenty of breathing room to make some mistakes here and there. Be able to coast to a victory here.
Whistle on the field. Here we go. Now Miller's going to have herself an opportunity here to get herself a goal. I remember she had a goal earlier in the game, waved off, passes it along, capitalized.
So I like that move by Miller on the year. Coming into today, Miller's found the back of the net 8 times, so instead she gives it off to the leading goal scorer for the Cougars in Elizabeth Cyrus. Defense probably expecting Grace Miller to try and take that win herself, but able to catch the streaking Cyrus on the pass and get that lead back up to 5.
Cyrus now will have a hat trick to her name on the day. As we have a timeout on the field. We'll be back in a quick sack here on the Cougar Sports Network. Cougars up 8-3. Back here set for the draw. Currently 8-3 lead for the Cougars. So the goal last made there by Elizabeth Cyrus, her 45th on the year. Assist there by Miller. Miller 2 assists on the day. But Miller's assist total now at 7 on the year. Pass it to Nays. Same thing with the shot. Cyrus. That blocking the way and she holds her hand.
Kind of open. Nays trying to took that one herself. She's right to the right of Vogt. She may be able to take a couple steps in front of the net. Easier said than done, but still has good positioning and still a nice look to try and find Cyrus on it. But maybe be a little bit more selfish. Could have had herself a nice goal there.
It's an opportunity here to make it 9 now for the Cougars here. Another free position shot. Good save there by Vogt on the shot there from Cyrus.
So put it right in the Vogt stick, essentially. Nice way to stand her ground and make the save, but you got to put those low or off stick, make the goalie work for it.
Vogt now 12 saves on the afternoon.
There's a yellow card on Natalie Scaife handed out. She takes a seat in the sin bin for a little bit.
Cougars again controlling the offensive zone now. Cyrus puts it home. 1 shy now, 10 now for the Cougars, 9-3.
Well, Cougars really seem to have found their groove here in the second half, which is, if you're going to turn it on in one half, might as well make it the second half. Their offense has really got themselves in a nice rhythm here now. They keep going at this pace. Now on a couple more. Defense still stands strong. Should be booking their ticket to Aurora this Saturday.
So Cyrus are 21st now on the year. And as you mentioned, Peter, they're well on their way now to a clash against Aurora next Saturday. Or this Saturday, I should say. Scaife now coming in on net. Shot wide right there. Several opportunities so far for her today have not gone in.
Scaife really that player they needed to get going. Leading goal scorer coming into today with 28. She does have one on the day, but you know, playoff time. It is a team sport, but you do need your big players to come out to play. There's a nice break up there by Brulette.
Now scrum now between several players of both teams. Now looking to pick it up on the ground ball. The ref will give possession now to the Cougars. And back to Edgewood. A matter of seconds.
Players lacing up their cleats really quick. Safety always first priority out there.
Play gets going again with a little under 10.5 minutes. Shot blocked right there.
That might have hit McGee. I'm not too sure if that was McGee or a defender, but it's a good look from Edgewood, able to curl around the net pretty unhindered. As they've had all day, though, trouble getting that ball past McGee or any Cougar defender for that point.
Well, Scape's getting an opportunity here to make it now her second on the day. Going to make it 30 on the year for her. Scape has a go at it. Fires it home, however, the goal will not count. They'll redo it once more. Scape lost possession right there.
Nice possession. Nice play there by Ornstein, but I think we're going to have to get it again.
There are luck of chime here potentially here for Scape. Who knows? for 30th goal on the year. Does so. Make it 30 now on the year now. Where's Gabe?
I don't think Cougars are going to be happy at that one. Scaife had a couple opportunities at that. But it is what it is. Cougars still up by 5. Just can't let that one get to them and, start lining up a couple goals now. Just keep playing their game. Use up the shot clock on the offensive side of things and shut down the Eagles defensively. But game's really slowed down. We're still at 9:21 mark of the 4th. Both teams are kind of finding their scoring touch now.
So far for Edgewood, their 2 inning score so far have put a pair on a goal today with Scape and Butlander. So far, we haven't mentioned a name so far. Number 6, Kendra Sander, for the majority of the game. Sorenstein now looking to get past, but skip from Lander. Couldn't do so, however. Possession will still remain intact for the Cougars. Sorenstein with the pass right there. Cyrus puts it on once again now. Double digits on the day for the Cougars, as they know they are on their way almost certainly now to the conference final.
Mentioned it a few times this half. Cougars offense really kicking it into high gear. Still 8:27 left to go in the half, and they've already matched their first half total in goals. So now they just have to keep on cooking, and they should, again, have an easy ticket to Aurora on Saturday. But can't get too full of themselves now. Let Edgewood, Aurora, not playing them just yet. Let Edgewood get back in this one.
Not yet controlled. They'll be controlled now by the Cougars. Ornstein, gonna go all the way. Does so with ease. 11 for the Cougars. Ornstein now with 4. All smiles here for the Cougars.
So you can really see the Cougars take control of this one. It was, a very tight, close game, no matter what the score said. But last couple minutes, I think ever since Scaife scored that goal, it might have irked the Cougars the wrong way after she got all those attempts at it, that they're now really piling it on as we head towards the end of the 4th here.
Seems like Edgewood now has finally not been able to keep up with this Cougars team. Gets that here from the draw. And control once again now. This time, Joski now has it. A lovely spin move. And leaves it off right there to Ornstein. For losing the possession.
Cougars really being aggressive on the right here. A little too aggressive that case. But Again, ever since Scaife had that, multi-try on the pre-possession shot that ended up in a goal, Cougars just seems to have kicked it into high gear since then.
Really picked off right there by Ludwig. Now in the corner now. To cut across the middle now. Right here. Falling to the ground right there. That was Bendigo.
I think we're going to see Edgewood take a couple more chances here. Some quick passes to the crease. So we got a running clock now. I don't know if we should have a running clock. It's usually 10. I think it's stopped. Maybe just a little misclick there, but only got about 6.5 minutes to score 7 goals. You're going to have to start taking some chances.
And it's not that they haven't had chances so far, because they have 21 chances compared to the Cougars 25, but what's really lacked them in this game has been their efficiency to put them home.
Well, it starts here with the free possession shot from Vandigo. Be a big move. She can convert on it.
Not really known as a goal scorer, only scoring 2 goals so far this year. That's a push right there.
See, I don't think her goal right there was to cut to the goal. I think she's going to try and pull it out, get a different look. They'll get another chance here. This time it'll be Fruit.
Critical moment in the game here for the Eagles. Shot didn't get all the power down on it.
I think Ornstein might have got a piece of it. It was a weird release. Not what I think she intended to happen. Either way, Cougars will take that all day.
Right there, just shy. And out of bounds. Cougars will have it under 6 minutes now in the 4th.
So you ever wonder if Ornstein's going to run out of gas the way she books it up and down the field, but one of the most athletic players out there in the maroon and gold. She always seems to have something left in the tank.
She gets whacked right there from behind by Verlander. Gets back on her feet, the junior. Five-minute mark here in the 4th.
I think with that 7-goal lead, the Cougars are more than content to just try and run this clock down. Should be able to take it right to about the 4-minute mark. But a nice defensive play there might change the pace of things.
Well done defensively there by Lundgren. Verlander lays it off right there to Pope. Couldn't control it.
Well, if they're going to start a run to get back into it, now's got to be the chance. Now's got to be the time. About the 4-minute mark, still down 7. They need something here.
Save cuts in. Able to control it. Fruit. Lost it right there, and that has to be a killer for the Eagles, and that might be the nail in the coffin for them potentially.
She forgot something behind her when she made that move. Cougars can capitalize on this chance here.
Peters is going to go on the way with it and scores. Coast to coast that time for the grad students.
So we've seen that a couple times this year from Piotrowski. She's a soccer player before coming here to CUC as a grad student. It's a soccer player at St. Francis College. So she's definitely got that speed under her, and she's able to utilize it there. She had another goal very similar to that. I'm not sure, can't remember what game it was, but definitely a highlight reel goal.
Be her 10th goal now on the year. Over 3.5 minutes. Cougars all pretty much have sealed this one up.
She's made that transition from soccer to lacrosse very nicely in her first year as a Cougar. First semester as a Cougar, I believe, actually. It was a transfer here over winter break.
And now, Parker, and make it 13. Just wide, and they'll race for it right there. And Edgewood now will take over. I should look to pull the deficit and make it a more respectable final score.
See here some cheers from Cougar faithful here in attendance, making the hard trip out. Not the prettiest day in River Forest, but I think a Cougars playoff win will make it look a little better.
And it appeared that the Edgewood defender right there, Augustine touched it. However, the refs are going to say no.
So I don't think she got a stick on it. She's being really careful, really obvious with it.
And now Bo trying to make something out of nothing here. Almost lost it. Met there by 3 Cougars right there. And the ref's going to come in at the top of a whistle.
The Cougars got 4 players on her. She makes a smart pass there. Say credit Vogt. She's playing a very good game. Not at fault for this loss at all. 12 saves on the day. Say 500%. She'll take that against a good Cougars offense. She's giving it all on her field. Leaving all of it on the field right now for her team.
Indeed. McGee now has it. Now we'll lay it off right there to Piotrowski.
The Cougars will be able to hold on to this one. Shot clock turned off effectively. But Edgewood's going to be pressing out, you know that much. As unlikely as it is, they want to try and get back in this one.
Try to end their season on a high note and get ready for next spring. And a team in which they have far exceeded expectations. Coming into the spring, they only had to win 1 game in the first 2 years in existence of the program. And now in the 3rd year of the program, now 7 wins. As they look to establish themselves as a contender here in the NACC.
And they did a good job for probably the first 3 quarters of this game, hanging in there with the clear number 2 seed in the Cougars, but just not enough to get past all the talent on the CUC roster. But like you said, Rafael, they'll be back next year, probably better than ever. So it looks like they'll get 1 more goal here on the day.
11 seconds left now. The 5th goal of the game for the Eagles. So Lander will get herself a hat trick, and that will most certainly be her 27th and final goal on the year. With 11 seconds left, the draw.
So seven goals, 11 seconds. I think they can do it.
We've seen crazier things happen. Draw control there by Edgewood for a second. And the final horn will sound. And Fred Meyer and the Concordia Chicago Cougars women's lacrosse team are moving on this upcoming Saturday against Aurora for the conference final. In a performance in which early on it looked like Edgewood was able to keep up with the Cougars, but as we said earlier, as the game further progressed, Concordia took over.
Well, Cougars come away with a good win here against Edgewood. I mean, 12-5 is a good final score, but definitely some things to shape up for when they take on Aurora this Saturday. Aurora, #1 seed in the conference, beat the Cougars by 10 in the last matchup of the regular season, so they got some work to do. So they did have more turnovers than the Eagles, 31-29. Not a big margin, but still something to take note of. So need to clean the play up a little bit because they got a much tougher task ahead. But for now, they'll be able to enjoy the semifinals win and their 2nd conference final appearance in as many years.
Indeed. Few notables for the Cougars. 4 performances by both Riley Ornstein and Elizabeth Cyrus, both responsible for 8 out of the 12 goals. Other scores for the team: Parker, Nays, Petruski, and Emily Cyrus with 1 as well. And then as for the Eagles, 5 goals came off of both 3 there from Verlander and 2 there from Skyfe. As the Cougars will now get set this Saturday at Aurora. Time yet still to be determined this Saturday, either 3 o'clock or 5 p.m. Check CUCcougars.com for the game time. Well, for the final time this year, for Peter Borkowski and Rafael Gonzalez saying so long on behalf of the entire production crew here in River Forest. And until then, go Cougars.